Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of September 9th through the 15th, 2024. I'm so excited to dive into this week for you. We are in Virgo season, which is a fellow earth sign, so you guys should be having a pretty good time right now. A lot of insights, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of forward momentum, and new developments are probably taking place in your life, I imagine. And even if you're having a hard time, which I do know some Capricorn energy folks who are having a harder time, this is definitely going to be a transformative week for you. So there's a lot of changes taking place and sudden insights, expectations, things like that. So we're going to get 9 cards, 3 rows of 3 this week for you. So while I'm laying them out, make sure you're subscribed. Like this video, comment how it resonates down below as the resonations come through, and share with your other Capricorn friends to see if it resonates with them and how it applies to their life. So first card out for you is the 9 of Swords. Yeah, as mentioned, there could be some challenges, but these challenges are related to transformative things that are taking place. I'm seeing a shock factor for some of you. You may hear some shocking news or have recently heard some shocking news. That's just like, I don't know, craziness happening here. And just intuitively, I'm feeling that this sort of like shock factor of like life that happens from time to time may be driving you to make more like dopamine chasing choices, if that makes sense. Like suddenly, spontaneously, like just going on a trip or getting a piercing or just randomly deciding, you know, I'm cutting all my hair off, you know, something like that. I'm seeing that sort of spontaneous chasing of dopamine to balance the scales, I guess you could say. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is fantastic, especially because you're Capricorn. This is in alignment with your energies. We are seeing forward momentum for you. I feel like you're psychically, intuitively picking up on how the next couple of months are going to unfold for you. Like you're getting a clear vision of these next few weeks and months. So this is actually a great week to sort of plan ahead and get a feel for what the next 6 months or so, or even like the next year, maybe not year. I'm feeling like it's like a big light bulb, or what's it called? What the heck are they called? Flashlight is being shown into your life for like the next, I don't know, 5 months specifically. So you, how do I even put this? It's like you're energetically sort of catching a feel for how these next couple of months will unfold. So yeah, we're making forward movement. We're seeing into the future. And then, wow, we have the 2 of Wands in reverse, which, yeah, shows future plans being made. However, this is in reverse, so I feel like you're getting the vision, you're getting the insights, but you might not be physically at a place of planning just yet. So for example, like maybe you're already having talks of some sort of trip that you want to do in the future. Maybe you don't have the money to actually buy the tickets and the hotels just right this moment, like this week, but your mind is turning, the gears are turning, the ideas are there. And so there's something here that's sort of like in the planning phase in your mind. This could even be like future projects that you want to do. It's like still in your mind in formulating, and you're starting to receive the vision, but you might not be taking action on it this week or just this second, you know, or whenever you're watching this. So you're sort of making the plan though, and I'm seeing some of you may even be writing it down. Like for example, if you have like a business idea popping up into your head, you may be planning it out, writing it down, formulating things like what will the brand be like, what will the name be like, whatever, but you're not taking the actual physical steps just yet. Does that make sense? Or for some of you, and it's funny, I just flipped over the 5 of Cups in reverse. For some of you, this could even be like a connection to somebody that you kind of intuitively feel like is growing closer and closer. And you may be getting a vision of like how this person may be a bigger part of your future, whether you're business partners, best friends, lovers, whatever. But you might not be having those things actually happen this week. You know, like you may not be seeing those developments right this second, but you have a feeling that it may be happening. And it's funny because the Five of Cups here, it shows an image of somebody really fixated on the past. It's a card of mourning, really. Mourning the things that we missed out on, that we lost in the past. And we're unable to see the two cups standing behind us. But when this comes out in reverse, it's actually very positive because you're turning around and seeing those cups, seeing the potential of someone or something in the present moment. And I think this is beautiful. You know, you're starting to look ahead into the new developments, into the future, which is great. You know, you may have been feeling maybe a little bit stuck on some older wounds or old relationships, thinking about people from your past, things from your past, which is fine. And I'm seeing some of you may have had the insight, the realization, you know what? At some point in time, you really do just have to, like, quote unquote, move on. And you may not necessarily feel like you're 100% over the past, or feelings towards someone from your past may not be 100% resolved. And you know what? You may carry those feelings with you for the rest of your life. But if you are consciously, logically aware, like, I would never go back to that person, or there's no way I could go back to that person, and you find yourself longing for what you had with them, like physical touch, or maybe like a business partner, or maybe somebody to talk about deeper spiritual things with, you know, whatever they offered you, whether they're friends, family, lover, whatever, you may be craving that thing that you had from the past with them, but you don't necessarily want them, or you may not necessarily have access to them. And you can still have these feelings towards them, but understand logically that you don't want to go back. And then it's at that point where you then have to ask yourself, am I ready to, quote unquote, move on? And what that essentially means is opening yourself up to someone new who can offer you those same benefits that you had from that old person. It's complicated. It's complicated. You get what I mean, though? It's like you might not necessarily feel like you're completely over. Like, you may still have lingering feelings, but that doesn't mean that you want to go back and move backwards. And it's at that point you may have some sort of temptation to do something destructive, such as call up your ex or your old friend who screwed you over or whatever. And you know that you're ready to move on when you have that temptation to cope by doing something negative. Like, that is your signal. You're ready to move on. You're ready to expose yourself to new people or energies. I hope that makes sense. Center of your spread this week, we have the Hanged Man in reverse, which, yeah, pretty much is actually in alignment with that message. It's like, you know, why torture yourself with the desire to have something that you don't have and not try to find that elsewhere in life, you know? Why make yourself into a martyr in that way? We have the Two of Swords coming out in reverse. Okay, well, the answer to this question may be out of fear. You know, there may be some fear here because you have been probably feeling more peaceful than ever. You know, you've cultivated a lot of peace within your life as an individual, your heart as an individual. And you may fear, you know, heartbreak or some sort of, this Nine of Swords energy, you may fear this happening again. Staying up late at night, anxious, overthinking, heartbreak energy, you know, you may fear that. And then so you may not necessarily open yourself up right away to any type of new opportunity or person that can offer that. Like, for example, let's just say in the past you had a business partner and that business partner stole from you or left, and it was just drama trying to resolve that. You finally resolved it. You got into a nice flow by yourself, and now you have the opportunity to work with someone new who could make a really great business partner or even a collaboration partner. But it's like, do I want to open myself up to that potential drama again? But at the same time, you're missing having a business partner. You're missing collaborating with someone else. So it's like, what do I do in this circumstance? And in those feelings of missing someone, you may be tempted to reach out to old familiar things or people that are more on the destructive side. And again, once you have that temptation to reach out to something destructive, that is your sign to go ahead into the future. That's your sign you're ready to move on, even if it feels a little scary. Final row of cards out, we have the King of Pentacles, success. This is you and your power, Capricorn, your masculine power. A lot of productivity this week, a lot of fortune this week, prosperity, people feeling drawn to you. You have really great ideas for creating more prosperity and love on this planet. And there are many people who can help you in achieving this goal or in achieving your vision, your ideas. I am seeing you enjoying the sensual nature of life. And that could be good food, good company, good travel, good clothes and items, music, things like that. So it's a great week to indulge in that way. And next to the King of Wands, we have the Page of Wands. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, this is stunning. You have the Page, the King, and the Knight of Pentacles all upright. That is so rare to get in a reading. This is a great week for money and health and home. Your personal sense of stability and peace has been rising and rising and rising for the past several months now. And you're wondering, am I ready to share that peace, that prosperity, these ideas with other people and make other people collaborators in this life of mine? Because inviting other people in can propel you forward tremendously in terms of happiness and success, or it can hinder you tremendously in terms of happiness and success. We see those two swords here, those two sides in the Two of Swords, and you're sort of protecting your heart, not making a decision I don't know, especially with this coming out in reverse here. And then your final card out is the Seven of Swords. Yeah, definitely have dealt with some not so trustworthy individuals. And that is the fear that keeps you up at night. Is this person being honest? Are they being genuine? Do they feel the same way that I feel about them? These are the questions, man. But here's the thing. You have 3 court cards in your reading. The court cards represent people in your life, and all 3 of them are pentacles and upright. The pentacles in particular, as a suit, are extremely trustworthy, loyal, and consistent. So you have extremely trustworthy, loyal, and consistent people in your life, and new opportunities, new people in your life with the Page coming out. People who want to grow with you, people who are happiest in long-term friendships, relationships, family connections, business partnerships. They don't invest in relationships willy-nilly. They are actually most happy after the honeymoon phase, when you're really trusting each other and stable. That's when they're the most happy. So there are people in your life, multiple people in your life, at least 3 people in your life who are like this. And yet there's a little bit of fear within you of them disappearing, even if not by, their own will, just life having them disappear, life taking them from you. And that's a fear that you shouldn't have. Live this life boldly in the present moment, love deeply. And, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's the beauty, pain, and bliss of love and life, So yeah, I hope this made sense for you. And definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. I gotta be honest with you, Capricorn. We've been getting pretty similar messages for your readings for a few weeks now. And you're slow. It seems like you're slowly opening your energies up to this sort of new vision of life that's coming through, and these new connections that are coming through. It really does feel like your soul tribe, some soulmates, some really great friends and lovers and things like that are making themselves more apparent in your life. at this time, but the vision of who they really are and the fact that they are a soulmate of yours, your soul family, is sort of being unlocked very, very slowly. It's like you're coming out of a sleep and the vision is starting to very slowly come back for you, and you're starting to see people for who they really are, specifically the good people in your life, for the fact that they are good and they're here to stay. And also slowly opening your eyes up and seeing the vision of your goals, your dreams unfolding and existing in front of you. It's really interesting. This week feels like you're waking up in a sense. Whew, interesting. Okay, watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.